Ah merde, je vois pas si mon micro marche. Et si je mets là, je vois pas si le son marche. Bon, les dons ont l'air de marcher. War of the overworld. La 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 la. Et bonjour à tous, bienvenue sur Bakael Live. Le live, on continue pas nos aventures vu qu'on fait autre chose. On m'a offert un jeu et comme d'habitude quand on m'offre un jeu, j'ai toujours ce petit sentiment qu'il faut quand même le tester. Et du coup, on va faire les petites campagnes scénario, découvrir ce qui se passe.
No, go!
Welcome back, Underlord. I must say, I wasn't expecting you quite so soon. The transference may have left you feeling a bit foggy in the head. Focus now. I'll try to ease you back into it.
J'ai un petit peu l'impression d'être
Fortunately, this
dans
does
un
seem
cul.
to get easier each time. This is your home realm, the source of your power, and the anchor that binds you to reality.
Ça ressemble à un
Many
caillou.
years
Hein.
ago, it was destroyed, and you were cast out into formless nothing. Fortunately, you've returned from your exile to once again challenge those who would stand between us and the mortal realm of Kairos. Your resurrection heralds the next phase of our assault upon its wretched empire, now led by the newly crowned Emperor Lucius.
Ah bah bon.
But he is least and final of our worries. It's his generals and the protection of their gods.
Hey, salut à Lucarne.
that will truly.
Non, c'est Douedoué, il m'a offert un jeu cette semaine, alors il faut que je fasse le
Ready
test.
yourself, Underlord. Let's begin our war for the overworld.
Du coup, j'ai attendu un petit peu. Et on est dimanche matin, et dimanche matin, je vais faire le petit test de War of the Overworld. Il a l'air d'avoir pas mal de quêtes. Et ben, ça va bien, c'est le matin, on est bien, on le vit bien, tout ça, tout ça. Je cherchais quelqu'un pour diriger ma campagne, mais avant de poursuivre, laissez-moi vous rafraîchir la mémoire. Ok. Je t'avoue que ça m'arrange parce que je sais pas comment ça se contrôle. Hein.
Welcome back, Underlord. It's been a long time since you were banished to the ether. You've returned as a husk of your former self. But I've taught far denser Underlords than you. Let's start with the basics. This is your dungeon core. The tether that allows you to manifest your malignant will. If destroyed, your consciousness will once again be scattered to the void. Your workers are an extension of your dark will. They have many jobs, but their main focus is in carving out the halls of your dungeon. Put them to work by clicking and dragging your cursor upon the flashing tiles to tag them for excavation. Your workers will now rush forth to dig out and claim the tagged area. Once they have laid down the stones, marking the ground as your own, you will be able to build rooms upon the finished tiles. While your lackeys get to work, look to the east of your dungeon core. This is a gateway, one of the many portals that you'll use to attract minions to your dungeon. Order your workers to dig a path to it now. Now that you have a gateway, minions can enter into your service. But first, you'll need to build the rooms necessary to entice them in. Start by building a barracks. This room will allow your minions to hone their combat skills without the risk of permanent death or disfigurement. Select it and build it by clicking and dragging your hand across the claimed tiles. Most rooms must be built at least 3 by 3 in order to function properly, though the lair and vault are effective at any size. A dungeon core, the beating heart of an underlord. If it is destroyed, they will be banished. What do you need? The barracks will give your intelligent minions a place to hone their combat skills, though is less effective for higher level units. It will attract the Gnarling, which will feverishly train for combat whenever it isn't relaxing in the tavern. A Gnarling has entered your dungeon. Attracted by the barracks, these green-skinned scrappers aren't quite right in the head, and they'll happily hack at your foes until someone is dead. Outside of
Ah mais c'est un jeu comme ça. Hein.
Gnarlings will train themselves within your barracks. You can pick them up with a click if you find them slouching off, then deposit them anywhere within your dungeon with a right click. For further entertainment, you can always put yourself directly into their heads by casting possession upon them.
C'est le même genre de jeu, lui.
You can increase the efficiency of props within your rooms by fortifying the walls closest to the props. Workers will fortify walls automatically when they've completed all their other tasks. Now that you have some minions, you will need to cater for their basic needs. First, build a lair, so the pitiful little meat sacks can get some rest. Well done. But see how your gold reserves have been depleted. Command your workers to mine some of the nearby gold by tagging the gleaming tiles. They collect and return gold to your dungeon coffers, allowing you to spend it on whatever your dark heart desires. Your core can store up to 16,000 gold pieces. But if that number sounds pitifully small, or if wealth inspires the evil in you, simply build a vault to store more. Now that you've got a bit of coin in your pocket, you can build a slaughter pan. This room produces scores of micro-piglets, a delicacy that will sustain the weak flesh of your minions by filling their bellies with succulent pig flesh.
Ah merde, c'est de ce côté que ça se libère le plus. Y a plus de place déjà là?
Your dungeon has been breached. Cast Rally upon these spectres, and your minions will immediately sally forth to wreak bloody havoc. Well done. Now finish off the rest of these manifestations with a second rally flag. You can cast Recall upon a minion to immediately return them to your dungeon. Though if they are attacked as it channels, then the spell will fizzle into nothing. You're on a roll, Underlord, and I've been waiting far too long to begin my war for the overworld. Let us enter the realm of Kairos and continue your retraining against a more fitting enemy.
D'accord, d'accord.
Well
Ça a l'air chiant en fait.
I see it's all coming back quite quickly. I expected nothing less.
On dirait un jeu portable.
Now's the time for a bigger challenge.
Je suis déjà saoulé, ça fait 15 minutes qu'on joue. On va pas aller loin.
We've punctured the veil of this world through a schism, a point of weakness in the bonds between realms. Unfortunately for us, the Empire has crafted defenses to keep us from the heart of their kingdom. These inhibitors prevent underlords from trespass, but whether it's bone or stone, it can be broken. I suspect that this Empire force has yet to taste true battle. But before you go engaging them, you'll need to muster up some minions. Unfortunately for me, your time in the ether has left you a weak husk of your former self. In order to reacquire your powers, you will need to access the veins of evil. Open them now, and use a sin to unlock the archive. You have claimed a gateway. Archive unlocked. This room will allow your minions to research additional sins, which can be spent to recover your lost powers. Build one now, to begin researching additional sins. A gnarling has entered your dungeon. To have your workers prioritize objectives in a specific area, Place a worker rally banner in that location.
Ouais, mais non, je vais les laisser faire parce qu'il y avait encore des pierres à faire.
Archive, Underlord.
Autant qu'ils s'en
Your
occupent.
forgotten powers are far more impressive than those you currently wield. Worker Rally will create a banner around which your workers will prioritize tasks. Slap the banner with a right click to dismiss it, or right click on its icon to dismiss all Worker Rally flags at once. You've discovered a perception shrine.
Ça sert à quoi?
This shrine uncovers the fog of war over a wide area, allowing you to spy on your enemies and keep track of their movements. A cultist has found its way into your dungeon.
Ah ouais.
Attracted by the magical tomes within your archive.
Et pourquoi lui il a une dalle sous ses pieds?
Spend most of their time
Ah.
researching sins for you. Though they are weak combatants, they have the power to curse your foes, making them weak to your other minions' blows. A cultist has entered your dungeon.
Ah merde, on peut pas aller là.
Behold! Your insides are custard pudding filled with poison. Why won't you please?
Your cultists have worked hard to earn a new sin. Use it within the veins of evil to unlock the tavern. This room provides your minions with succulent cooked pig flesh and stout ales. After eating a meal within its hearthed halls, their spirits will be raised, increasing their productivity for a short time. The tavern is an essential room for keeping your minions fed. As they increase in level, they will eventually rebel if there is no tavern to sate their hunger. Build one now, and remember that the tavern is unique and must be built at least 3 by 5 in order to be effective. The vault will store your hard-earned gold when your dungeon core can no longer store anymore. Each tile will store 1,000 gold, meaning the room is effective at any size. The tavern must be built at least 3 by 5 before it can be used by your minions. You'll still need a slaughter pen in order to keep your tavern stocked. But in a pinch, you can always drop some alternative meat into the grinder. Rooms will only attract a certain number of minions before becoming full. In order to attract more, you'll need to expand them. Nothing in this life is free, Underlord, and you'll regularly need to pay your minions for their hard work. Be sure to keep an eye on your reserves, for if you've not enough gold for their wages, they'll be swift to find gainful employment elsewhere. Fortunately, your minions will return some of their earnings by buying meals within your own tavern. What a delicious arrangement.
Something evil stares out there. Scouts, go find what the hell's making all that racket.
Rally your minions to defeat these scouts once they breach your dungeon. Let's keep Sarusimov in the dark a little while longer. You should try using the lightning and heal spells to assist your minions in combat. Lightning will call down a thunderous bolt of energy, damaging and stunning a single enemy. However, it can only be used within your own territory. The health of minions is represented by petals surrounding their unit shield. Once no petals remain, a creature will fall unconscious and soon die, unless returned to its lair to recover. Your minions have engaged the enemy. To have your minions ignore rally flags and remain focused on their current objectives, you can assign them to the Peace Band.
They should be back by now. Ugh. Bar the doors. We wait for reinforcements.
Look how easily your minions cut down these sappers. If I didn't know better, I'd say the Empire is woefully unprepared. Once minions are rested, you can leave them to their work or force them to train by dropping them in a barracks. You've tagged an enemy's fortified wall. These reinforced structures will take your workers a very long time to mine. Look for a way around this obstacle.
C'est en fait, J'aimerais dire qu'il est bien, parce que techniquement il est bien fait. Il est même vraiment très très bien fait.
If you don't want to do something, you could at least vocalize it, Underlord.
Taste my blood.
Replacement Earth complete.
Ah putain.
Why won't you bleed?
Replacement Earth complete.
I'll tear you apart.
Prophecy unlocked.
Why won't you bleed?
Replacement Earth complete. I appreciate a power nap as much as the next dark god. But could you finish the job? Replacement Earth complete.
Mind the hip.
Foutre le bordel un petit peu dans leur donjon.
Prophecy will temporarily remove the fog of war in a small area, allowing you to scout the map and spy on your enemies. Time to pay your minions, Underlord, for all their hard work. If any of your minions fall in combat, your workers will attempt to rescue them and return them to their lair, where they may rest and recover. Unclaim will remove your ownership or fortification of a tile, shrine, or gateway. Useful if you claimed something by accident, or if you wish to bequeath an area to an ally. Possession will allow you to inhabit the mind of a minion, allowing you to see through their eyes, control their movement, and activate their abilities. Don't worry, Underlord. You'll soon get used to this. Now you can control your minions' movement with the W, A, S, and D keys, and change their unique quickbar abilities using the number keys. Left-click to use their current ability. Push the escape key to end possession.
The enemy have breached the damn walls. Steel yourselves, lads.
The Empire's Templar is their core foot soldier. Dim-witted and pure battle fodder for an Underlord. Despite his training in the barracks, the Empire's cowardly priestess supports her allies from a distance through her wholly misled beliefs in the goddess Kira. You'll often find her cowering in the archive and sanctuary.
Ils sont où mes combattants? Comment on fait pour envoyer tout le monde au combat?
One of your workers has reached level 4 and unlocked the blink ability, allowing it to teleport a short distance. At higher levels, they will unlock more abilities, allowing them to dash over large distances, and even teleport across the entire map.
Will you tuck me in? Never mind. Time. It thinks it's people. I hope I don't have another accident. Let's get cracking. Yes, you do.
Voilà. Bon, déjà ça c'est à moi. Hop.
God damn it, I am the light. The light is gone.
Cozy.
Kira, I am extinguished.
It seems almost charitable to put him out of his misery.
Micro piglet. Two skewered micro piglets.
Well done, Underlord. You're learning much faster this time. We've barely even started, and you already have a notch on your belt. Well done, Underlord.
Ouais, en fait ça me fait chier. Et si je joue pas en mode scénario, est-ce que c'est plus drôle? Et du coup en fait c'est toi qui attaques, c'est moins drôle. Dans l'ancien c'était tu devais faire un donjon pour défendre en fait.
Welcome to Deep Water, your first pet dungeon, whose hapless critters are in need of a guiding hand. And a bath. You have plentiful resources, so take your time, build your dungeon, and aim for the score.
Ah, je joue quand même un petit peu, après non je vais pas me forcer, ça c'est sûr.
You have claimed a gateway.
My vigil can wait.
Archive unlocked. Your vaults are full of gold. You've discovered a perception shrine. You've claimed a perception shrine. Barracks unlocked. You've discovered a perception shrine. A gnarling has entered your dungeon.
Qui est rentré dans mon
Claimed the
donjon?
perception shrine. You've discovered an artifact. You've discovered a gold shrine.
C'est quoi cette carte de fou où tout se découvre tout seul ça? Na, 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 na. Il y a une slaughterhouse ici, mais...
Foundry unlocked.
Fonderie.
A cultist has entered your dungeon.
Putain, des pièces de défense.
Let's get cracking. Piglet. 2 skewered micro piglets.
La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. Mais j'ai tellement envie de faire Nier 2 en fait. Enfin Nier Automata. C'est de ta faute, Alu.
I never get hungry in here for some reason.
Non, je suis pas à la taverne encore.
Obey unlocked. Beast Den unlocked. Prophecy unlocked. Blade Lotus unlocked. An Oculus has entered your dungeon. You've identified an artifact of workers. Activate it to summon some permanent spirit workers.
Mais je peux pas encore faire la taverne, moi, c'est ça qui m'inquiète. En fait, c'est de la tienne. T'as pas de preuves, et c'est moi qui l'ai dit en premier, donc c'est moi qui ai raison. Voilà.
A Chanda has entered your dungeon.
Je voulais pas en arriver là, mais tu me forces. Tu vois, je voulais pas dire c'est toi qui dis qu'il est, mais voilà.